They're almost. No, they're yeah. Well, they're not in it right now, but you can hold it. One there and there's two headphones.
Oh, I see.
That's right.
Good deal.
Waiting, just waiting.
Okay, we got one more person coming in and we're going to get this show on the road. If we all can just take a little moment of silence and pray to the theater gods that our microphones don't go out very well. Or either that or while this performance is going on, we have superhuman hearing. One or the other. All right, our first play is Blind Date, and I'll let Lucy take it from here.
Jan is meeting a man at a local restaurant. Will this blind date be a success or a failure? Wait till the end to find out. I present to you Blind Date.
Excuse me. If you're waiting for the hostess, she's busy right now, but I can seat you. Will it be just one?
I hope not. I'm expecting someone, a gentleman.
Ah, would you like to wait here? Or would you prefer that I seat you right now?
If you don't mind, I'd rather wait right here at the table.
Of course. And if a single gentleman comes in looking for someone he's meeting, who should I say has already arrived?
If he's an attractive man, just say the computer lady.
Ooh, and if he's not attractive?
Just say the computer lady called, said she couldn't make it. Her plans were changed.
You want me to make that decision?
Something tells me you won't have any trouble deciding.
Okay, well, how about here? Is there enough light? I can move you to a table that has better lighting.
This will be just fine.
Would you like to order a drink while you're waiting?
I would love a drink. A vodka martini straight up, very dry, with 2 olives.
I'll have your drink in just a minute. I just saw someone walk in the door. Maybe it's your gentleman.
Excuse me. I'm looking for...
A very attractive woman? I think I know who you're meeting. Is it the computer lady?
That's her. She didn't give me her name.
I think you're going to be pleased, and I'm sure she won't be disappointed.
Disappointed?
Oh, don't mind me. I'll take you to her table. She's already ordered a drink. Can I bring you something?
Sure. Do you have a single malt scotch?
I know we've got Glenlivet.
That's fine. In a large glass with ice on the side.
I'll put the order in with the bartender. But first, I'll take you to your table.
Excuse me. Are you...
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes. I'm the computer lady, and you must be Gus. I recognize you right away from your photo on my computer screen.
Is computer lady your real name, or may I call you something else?
I'm sorry. Jennifer is my name, but I prefer Jen.
You're much prettier than your picture, Jen.
If we're exchanging compliments, you look younger than your picture.
I probably needed a shave.
Shaved or not, it's nice meeting you, Gus.
You know, I've never done this before.
Been on a blind date?
Use a computer dating site. Have you?
A few times.
And?
They haven't worked out.
But you're trying again.
I I liked what you wrote, how you described yourself.
Well, suppose I lied. I could have used someone else's picture. I heard some men do that.
I'm looking at you now. You didn't lie. You're quite handsome, even without a 5 o'clock shadow.
Maybe I should quit while I'm ahead. You might decide I'm just another one who didn't work out.
Something tells me that won't happen, but there is one problem.
I knew it. What did I say wrong?
It's not what you said, it's what you haven't done.
Now I'm confused.
Aren't you going to sit down?
I'm sorry. I told you I was new at this. Did I look clumsy just standing there?
Oh no. You look like you're very experienced standing next to a table.
Now you're making fun of me.
I'm just teasing. Does that bother you?
I guess not. Do you do that with everyone?
That's my secret. Maybe if we could get to know each other better, I'll tell you.
I hope so.
Where should we start?
Start what?
You know, the usual things when people meet each other for the first time. We have to get that routine out of the way before we begin peeling away the layers.
Do you have many layers?
Probably more than I want peeled away.
Well, I'm happy with what I can see of the outside layer.
Do you always say the right thing?
Only when I have time to rehearse.
Have you been rehearsing for a long time?
About a year.
I'm flattered. But have you really been preparing for this date for a whole year?
Is that surprising?
It does seem a bit unusual.
There's something about this feels
Like what?
like this happened before.
You mean like deja vu?
Something like that. Do you feel it?
I'm not sure.
Concentrate. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply.
I'll try.
Do you feel anything?
Not really.
You have to try hard. See if you can empty your mind.
Is that what you're looking for?
Looking for what?
An empty-headed woman?
You're teasing me again.
I'm sorry. It's probably because I'm feeling hungry. Is this a one-date cocktail getting to know you? Or does dinner come with it?
There it goes again.
What?
You, or someone who looks like you, asked me that before.
And what did you say?
Everyone has to eat.
That's not very romantic.
Well, it was my turn to tease you. I would love to buy you dinner.
I guess that means we're not going to split the check.
No way. I'm old-fashioned.
You're too young to be old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned doesn't mean old.
How about with other things?
Name the things. I'll let you be the judge.
Do you stand aside and let the woman go first?
Always.
Do you open the passenger side door for a woman?
Absolutely. All the time.
Do you expect a goodnight kiss on the first date?
Oh, never.
You are old-fashioned.
Is that bad?
Heavens no, it's just that
Just what?
I wish you had been so definite about that kiss goodnight.
Can I reconsider that?
Please do.
Then I will.
Does that mean you expect the kiss?
I'll let you know when we say goodnight.
You're a tease.
I thought you said you were.
I guess we both are.
Should we drink to that?
I'd love to.
To my beautiful wife and 40 wonderful years together. This was the best. This was better than our 39th anniversary, darling.
Shall we order dinner?
If you let me pay the bill.
Okay.
When is the wedding?
Give us a few seconds while we transition into our next play.
Good act. Ready, girlfriend?
Our next performance is titled Molly's Secrets.
Molly, Fran, and Beth have been best friends for over 40 years and thought they knew everything about each other. But did they? I present to you Molly's secret.
I missed you.
Yeah, I arrived home late last evening. Is that coffee I smell, Beth?
Started it right after you called.
Were you able to get a hold of Fran?
She should be here in a few minutes. She was getting ready for a luncheon date and was just finishing her face.
Another new man?
It's their second date.
Is he age appropriate?
Fred told me he won't be 96 for a few months yet.
Just perfect for a 71-year-old woman.
He meets her qualifications. He has long-term life insurance.
We all have different priorities.
Well, I'm waiting for your explanation.
About what?
For heaven's sake, Molly, what do you think I'm asking? Where have you been?
Oh, I'm just teasing you.
When your best friend disappears, that's not an answer.
Can we just wait for Fran? I don't want to repeat myself twice.
I thought you were dead.
Oh, now you're exaggerating. I did email you.
Only 1 in 3 months. It could have been sent by whoever murdered you and stole your laptop and said, "Don't call the police, I'm doing fine." If I were a murderer, that's the kind of message I would send.
You have such a vivid imagination.
Don't you want to watch the late night news? It's always full of frightening things. That must be Fran. Now don't start anything.
Your face looks familiar. Have we ever met?
Don't try to be funny. It doesn't fit your personality.
Are you two going to start already?
I'm sorry.
Call a truce.
I'm sorry. Let's start over.
Why didn't you? Oh no, that's not me. Sorry.
Why didn't you call us?
I couldn't. I had good reasons.
Where were you hiding?
I went to Seattle.
Don't tell me. I can guess. You met a man. I've been a widow now for 7 years, but I haven't found anyone. Your Sam died last year, and you've already found someone. I'll never forgive you if he's rich and handsome.
Slow down. Take a break. First, in case you've already forgotten, Sam died 3 years ago, not last year. I didn't meet a man. I'm not looking for a man. No man could ever replace my sweet Sam.
So why? That was my phone. So why does a 68-year-old woman leave Boston all on her own for 3 months without any explanation?
Well, I wasn't alone.
Who were you with?
My daughter, she lives in Seattle.
Your daughter? The 3 of us have lived here on the same street and been best friends for 40 years. This is the first time you've ever said anything about a daughter.
Because I didn't know I have a daughter.
I know we're all getting older, but that makes absolutely no sense.
If you'll just wait, you'll understand. Her name is Laura. She was born before I met Sam.
Did Sam know?
No, I had no reason to tell him. I never met her till 3 months ago.
You're not making any sense.
It's complicated.
What's complicated about having a daughter?
It's a story I've never told anyone. Only my parents and Laura's father knew.
If you're gonna make me cry, there goes my eye makeup.
I almost forgot about your date. Won't you be late?
I called and canceled when I found Molly was back. Just as well, I woke him up. He took me to dinner on our first date, but he asked me to split the check.
Sounds like he's taking lessons from the millennium generation. Isn't that what they do when they date?
If he was in his 30s, I would have paid the entire check.
You're too old to believe in Santa Claus.
Are you saying Santa's not real? Last Christmas, I wrote him a letter asking for Robert Redford.
You have a better chance of hitting the lottery. But enough stand-up comedy. Molly's the star of our stage today. Pour yourself some more coffee, Fran, and sit down. Molly, you have our attention, totally. What's complicated enough to be hidden for all the years we've known you?
Well, to start with, I grew up in Seattle.
This is the first time you told us that. I just assumed you were a Boston girl and never cried.
Well, as you'll learn today, I never want to talk about my early years. When I was 17 and a senior in high school, my girlfriends and I were invited to a party at the Officers Club at a nearby Air Force base. That's where I met Jim. He was a pilot and older than the high school boys that I dated. I was so naive and not ready for what happened next.
Are you saying he was Laura's father?
Yes, but before I learned I was pregnant, Jim went to Vietnam. I wrote to him and told him what had happened.
I'm not sure I want to hear his answer.
It's not what you're thinking. He was thrilled. We were going to get married when he came home.
Did you?
No. A month before my baby was born, I received a call from someone at the Air Force Base telling me that Jim had died when his plane went shot down.
I can't even picture what you must have gone through.
I wouldn't have survived without my parents. My father had a dear friend who was an attorney. He made all the arrangements for a closed adoption of unborn children under Washington state law.
What does that mean?
It means I wasn't allowed to see my baby after I gave birth. I didn't even know it was a boy or a girl. I gave up all rights to know who had adopted her. I had no way of ever seeing her birth records. Now that law was changed a few years ago, allowing adopted children to find the names of their birth parents.
When did you move from Seattle to Boston?
Jim had named me the beneficiary of his Air Force insurance policy. With that money, I was able to enroll at Radcliffe College here in Boston. In my senior year, I met Sam, who was then a medical student at Harvard. 5 years later, Sam and I were married while he was a resident at Mass General.
Why did you keep it from Sam?
Yeah, well, I was never able to conceive when I was married to Sam. If I had told him I had been pregnant before I met him, he would have been sure it was his problem and his fault, and I just didn't want that to happen.
What's Laura like?
Oh, she's absolutely delightful. She's 51 now, but looks much younger. We were inseparable for the 3 months I was away. We acted like tourists, visited everywhere when she wasn't working. She lost her adopted parents when she was in her 20s, and she's been on her own for years.
Was she ever married?
No, she had a series of boyfriends, but never one serious enough to make a permanent commitment. And when the state of Washington opened its adoption records, she began to search for me. And she works for the state health department. That's where all the records are kept.
How very convenient for her.
What are you trying to say?
Because of her job. It was very easy for her to find someone who gave up a child for adoption around the same time you did.
For God's sake, Fran, are you implying that...
I'm just saying there's a lot of scam artists out there.
Laura is not a scam artist. She is a beautiful, loving woman.
Does she look like you?
Yeah, more like Jim. He had blue eyes, and so does she. She's slim as he was, and
Lots of people have blue eyes and are slim.
are you trying to make me cry? Why would you want to spoil after me?
I'm just trying to protect you, Molly.
No, you're not. You have 3 children and you complain they never pay any attention to you. You're just jealous because I found my daughter after all these years and she doesn't ignore me.
Does she know how much money you inherited when Sam died?
I'm not answering that. I'm sorry. I was not even going to open this with you. I'm through talking.
That's fine with me. Maybe I can reach my canceled date. I just never thought for a moment you would act this way. I was just trying.
Stop it, Fran. Stop it, Fran. You're just making everything worse. You both need a few days to get over this silly argument.
It's all right. It's all right. I'll be fine. Fran will always be Fran. And we'll both forget this in a few days. You know, it's hard for me to explain how happy I've been since Laura found me.
I hope you're not thinking of moving to Seattle.
No, Laura's given her notice where she works. She'll be moving here. I have so much room in my house and she can fill up all the emptiness left by Sam.
Does she plan to look for a job here?
I've asked her not to rush the decision. I have more than enough money for both of us. I just want to have as much time as possible to enjoy her, and she feels the same way.
Molly,
Yes?
I don't want to sound like Fran, but did you tell Laura about your finances?
She's my daughter. I didn't want to keep secrets from her.
Don't you think you should have found a way to confirm?
I know what you're thinking. I have to confess that at first I had some questions in my mind. 2 months ago, when Laura wasn't working, I searched for a DNA lab in Seattle.
Are those results almost accurate?
I checked that carefully. As for who is your mother, it is almost always 100% accurate.
Did you ask Laura to go through the test?
How could I do that? She wouldn't understand. Although I stayed at a hotel, she had given me a key to her apartment. When she was at work, I went to and took samples of her hair from her hairbrush, and I felt horribly guilty questioning her honesty.
You weren't stealing anything?
Well, I felt like I took her hair sample and some of my DNA to DNA lab. A month later, the results were sent to me at my hotel. That was a month ago.
And?
I couldn't get myself to open the envelope while I was there. I brought it home with me.
Don't keep me in suspense. What did it say?
When I woke up this morning, I just stared at that envelope for almost an hour. And then I decided, Laura's my daughter.
Without looking? Suppose she's not.
You don't understand.
Don't you want to know for sure?
Yeah, I'm taking her word for it.
Molly, shouldn't you?
Okay. All right. I'm going to open the envelope.
All right, our final play is titled Tech Support. I feel it's something we can all relate to, so enjoy.
Welcome to Lois Smith's home. Lois is sitting in her office trying to connect her new computer and printer. After thumbing through both manuals, she decides to call tech support. And it went something like this. I present to you tech support.
Welcome to Dell Technical Support. We apologize for the delay. This is a recorded message, and all of our support personnel are busy handling other calls. Please stay on the line, and your call will be answered in the order in which such calls are received. Your estimated wait time is between 30 seconds and 2.5 hours.
Sir, 2.5 hours?
I was only kidding.
What did you say? I thought I was connected to a recorded message.
You are having a conversation with a recorded message.
But you must be kidding, sir. You sound like a live person to me.
I'm not. We're just a very innovative company.
Well, sir, I'm so impressed.
Thank you for holding. Welcome to Dell Computer Support. May I please have your full name and your 10-digit telephone number starting with the area code. And please speak slowly so I can understand each syllable you mention.
Sir, did anyone ever tell you that your voice just sounds like a recorded message?
What are you, a troublemaker? If you're not looking for technical support, why did you call me?
Oh, sir, I'm so sorry. My name is Lois Smith, and my phone number is 321-632-2929.
Would you like to share your email address with us?
Why?
So we can send announcements to you of new generations of computers that you may want to purchase.
I already have a computer, sir, but that doesn't work. That's exactly why I'm calling you.
Oh, calm down. Calm down. You'll give yourself an ulcer. May I have your password, please?
I don't have a password, sir. I have a computer that is not working, and that's exactly why I'm calling you.
Oh, that is unfortunate. I can't help you if you don't have a password.
Sir, you mean that I've paid for a warranty that I cannot use?
Oh, don't get upset. You can apply for a new password
How do I do that?
online. Just use your computer.
Sir, do you know that my computer is not working?
You sound like you have high blood pressure. Have you spoken to your doctor about it?
I have low blood pressure, sir, and I don't need a doctor. I'll need a computer that works. Can you help me with my password, sir?
Why don't you make one up? Use the name of your first dog.
Oh, sir, I never had a dog. I was always afraid of dogs.
I understand. I was always afraid of tigers.
Sir, please, do you understand that I need help?
Okay, I'll waive the password, but only this time. I would like to give you a case number to use if you have to call about this problem again. Do you have a pencil handy?
I'm ready.
The case number is 6.
6? That's just it.
That's it. Make sure you write it down so you don't forget it.
I won't forget it, sir.
I am required to tell you that this conversation may be recorded for training purposes.
I've always wondered about that. Are you really recording this conversation?
Of course not.
But you just said...
I said may be recorded, not will be recorded.
I am having a lot of trouble understanding you, sir. Maybe it's the connection. Where are you?
I'm in my office.
That's not what I meant.
Then why did you ask? Is this a crank call? Are you trying to start a fight with me?
I'm so sorry, sir. But all I want is that you help me with my new computer.
I accept your apology. Sometimes our telephone connections here in Calcutta are not very good. So what is your problem?
My computer does strange things.
What strange things?
When I turn it on, the screen has only Chinese writing on it. Can you help me with the problem, sir? Are you still there?
Oh yes, have you thought about taking a course in Chinese?
Man, you are a jerk! Okay, what can you suggest to me? Can you see that I do have a serious problem?
How can I see your problem? I'm here in Calcutta. I have to admit it though, you have a very interesting situation.
Sir, I don't get it. I don't care if it is interesting or not. How do I get my computer to use a language that I can understand?
Oh boy, that is really a tough question.
Sir, aren't you listening to me? Is that all you can say? Can you please, please, please help me solve my problem?
How am I supposed to know how to solve your problem?
Aren't you the tech support?
Of course I am. That's what we do. If we could solve problems, we would call ourselves Tech Solutions.
Sir, serious. May I please talk to your supervisor?
Why would you want to talk to her?
Because I'm not satisfied with your services, sir.
I'm not sure my supervisor is available. I may have to have her call you back.
When will she be doing or he be doing that? When will she be able to talk to me?
How should I know? I'm too busy providing tech support. I suppose I don't have time to worry about what my tech supervisor is doing.
Can I ask you, can you please find out if I can talk to your supervisor now?
Okay, hold on for a minute. Oh, God. Microsoft, Samsung, Apple. No Dell. Well, this is the tech support supervisor. May I have your full name and 10-digit telephone number beginning with the area code?
Oh, God. My name, hey, you just sound like the same person I was just talking to. But I asked for your supervisor.
I am my supervisor. You wouldn't believe how much money we save by making me my own supervisor.
Sir, tell me now honestly, isn't there anything you can do to help me?
I'll try.
Okay. Tell me then what I should do now.
What I suggest you purchase a new computer.
How is that now possible? Haven't you been listening to me? I have a brand new computer with a 4-year extended warranty. I bought it 5 weeks ago. Only Chinese words on the screen. I must be getting crazy here. Why am I talking to you, sir?
You called me. I didn't call you.
That is really a jerk. I give up. Sir, I'm going to hang up on you.
That was going to be my next suggestion.
Well, needless to say, that didn't go according to plan. A frustrated Lois catches her breath and decides to move on to the printer. Maybe this call will be different. Maybe HP Tech Support will be, well, more supportive. Let's see.
Welcome to HP Printer Support. May I please have your full name and 10-digit telephone number beginning with your area code?
Sir, to be honest, your voice sounds familiar to me. Do you have any relatives in Calcutta?
Oh, I have lots of relatives in Calcutta. At least 75 cousins who are living just a short distance from my office. 27 of them live in one small house. Would you like to hear their names?
I'm not interested in that, in hearing about your family. I have a problem, and my new printer is not working.
You shouldn't be so testy. I was trying to answer your question about my relatives. May I please have your full name and 10-digit telephone number, including the area code, and please speak slowly so I can take down the proper information.
My name is Lois Smith, and my phone number is 321-632-2929.
And would you like to share your email address with us?
Only if you can read Chinese.
What?
Forget it. I was just an inside joke between me and the tech support person at Dell Computer. No, I am not sharing any email address with anyone.
May I have your password, please?
Oh no! Do you really need that?
We do it for your protection. Someone else could make believe she's you.
No. Then it is Lassie.
Let me see. No, we have no Lassie on record here as a password. Are you sure you are who you say you are? Identity theft is a crime, and you could be getting into a lot of trouble.
Identity theft, a crime? I just called to get tech support for my HP printer, and now I'm going to jail. I don't have a password. I never had a password.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Why did you why did you try to use a false password? Why are you a compulsive liar?
I never ever lie. I must have lost my head. Can we talk about my problems with the printer?
I don't usually forgive so easily, but this time I will. To begin, I want to give you a case number if you have to call about this problem again. You should write it down.
I'm ready.
Good. Your case number is 7.
Somehow, I knew you were going to say that. Does that mean you don't get many calls?
Oh no, we get thousands and thousands of calls. Everyone gets the same number.
Are you sure that you are a technical support representative?
I must be. That's what it says on the door to my office. Did you write the case number down?
I don't care about that case number. I just want help to solve my problem. Now, I guess the next step is a warning about this call being recorded.
What warning? Are you telling me that you're recording this call? If you are, I'm hanging up. You shouldn't threaten me. I have lots of cousins, and they wouldn't like one of their cousins to be threatened.
I'm not recording anything, sir. I'm not warning about you anything. I don't want to upset your cousins. I just want my new Dell computer and my HP printer to work.
You didn't say anything about your Dell computer. If you want help with your Dell computer, I suggest you call Dell. Would you like that phone number?
No! I don't want any phone numbers. I know the Dell number and I just called you for help with my HP printer.
Now don't get excited. First I have to know the model number of your HP product.
Okay. The warranty card says HP 1818181818.
Oh, that number has a nice sound to it. Maybe I should call my favorite cousin and ask him to buy a lottery ticket for me with that number. I could win 10 million rupees and quit this job. I'm getting tired of solving problems for crazy people. So what seems to be your problem?
When I turn on my printer, it makes weird grounding sound noises. And when I push the print button, the paper comes out solid pink and has no printing on it.
Oh, that's terrible. I wouldn't want a printer that does that. I would be very upset. Tell me something. Do you wear nail polish?
What does that have to do with my problem, sir?
If you like the color of the paper, maybe you could match the color of the nail polish to it.
And that's your answer, my question?
You called for advice.
Have you been listening to anything, sir? What I have said? My printer is not working.
I was trying to be friendly. May I ask you a question?
Of course, yeah.
Why did you purchase a printer that wasn't working?
I didn't know it wasn't working. I didn't take it out of the box until I brought it home.
That should teach you a lesson.
What lesson?
Be more careful of a shopper. Don't purchase anything that doesn't work.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Sir, are you going to help me?
That's why I'm here. When did you purchase your HP printer?
Only 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's not good.
What do you mean?
A new model of your printer came out just last week.
A new model? But the salesman in the store said the model I bought was the latest model in a new series. He said my model came out just 4 weeks ago.
Well, that's very true. But that's the consumer electronics industry for you. Every time you turn around, a new version comes out, and your model becomes a pile of old junk.
Please, sir. You sound like a nerd. Can you help me fix my pile of junk?
I'm afraid I cannot help you. Your model is too new. We haven't received the technical specifications yet.
But you just told me that my model has been replaced.
That's the problem. We may never get the technical specifications for your model. They'll probably just skip your model and send us the specifications for the latest model.
Now, what do I do now, sir?
If that was my problem, I would buy a new
But I just
printer.
bought a new printer, sir.
Permit me to correct you. This is not new anymore. It is 2 weeks old.
Not true. I'm really thinking I'm losing my mind.
I'm sorry, but I can't help you with that. Have you consulted with I'm calling a psychiatrist?
Your voice sounds very familiar. Have you ever worked for Dell Computer?
I work for Dell Computer now. I'm the technical support person.
And you're also the supervisor?
You catch on very fast.
And you're also the tech support for HP?
I'm also my own supervisor for HP.
Are you tech support for any other company?
Oh, Panasonic, Sony, IBM. Let me see. That's a 6, 5. Panasonic. I mentioned Samsung, Motorola, Toshiba, Texas Instruments.
How many different companies use you for that? Use you for the tech support?
When I last counted, it was 127. I'm negotiating with 6 others now.
And you are the tech support person for all of them?
You're right on target. Actually, I've been thinking of hiring an assistant. How would you like to come to Calcutta?
If that is a job offer, I don't know anything about technical equipment.
Not knowing anything is the first requirement. You'd be perfect.
But I can't move to Calcutta, India. I have a husband.
Or you could send home lots of money. Does he shop in stores that accept rupees?
I don't want to send rupees home.
Have you thought about getting a divorce? If you move here, I could ask one of my cousins to marry you.
I don't want to marry one of your cousins.
I said I would ask. I can't promise that he or she would say yes. And there would have to be a long courtship, maybe 5 or 10 years. After that, all the cousins would have to give their approval. My family does not accept strangers easily.
Can I tell you, sir, you make me absolutely crazy. I don't want to get a divorce, and because I'm happily married.
Did anyone ever tell you that you aren't very flexible?
I can't believe any of this. I make some phone calls for technical support to my computer and a printer, and I get no help. Instead, I'm accused of identity theft, offered a job in Calcutta, and an opportunity to marry one of your cousins. Maybe this is just a bad dream.
I have the position open too long. I expect to have a lot of interest in the job. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
And it was sure a nightmare for me.
If you stay on the line, we would like to have you answer a few questions on our automated system. I would appreciate receiving high marks for your services.
Okay.
Thank you.